just doing my readiness ratings here. I usually get very good sleep, like 7-8 hours, but I'm leaving it at 3 because I still got 7 hours, even though I went to bed later than usual. Doing some bench today.
So the plan today, Marisa's gonna go up to heavy single, which you're not gonna see on the app screen, but that is a feature that's coming to the app to do the sort of like single at 8 or 9. You know, bench we can go a little bit heavier because it just doesn't induce as much fatigue, but for squat and deadlift, when that feature comes to the app, it'll be more like a single at 7 or 8, and then doing the rep work after that. So it's gonna be single, then a RP 10 triple, and then some back down sets. So, and that idea with the heavy single, that's something we've done a lot in Marisa's training in the squat and bench, but never really used it in the deadlift. It could be done in the deadlift. Sumo deadlifters, more likely, it would be, you know, maybe a once every 3 or 4 weeks, like a once per mesocycle kind of thing, because deadlift's gonna bring so much more fatigue with it. There are people that do it a lot more frequently, but you know, I haven't found much success in people doing that with the deadlift. But bench for sure, I mean, maybe even up to every week, depending on how strong a bench presser you are, and the squat every other week, every third week, particularly as you are farther out in like a hypertrophy block. Let's say for Marisa, our best squat's 150. So in hypertrophy, doing a single at like 135 and then going down to do the rest of our work, it's going to keep body like in touch enough with the heavier weights without it, you know, that one single isn't really going to disrupt the hypertrophy work she can do after, but it is going to make it a smoother transition going from hypertrophy to strength and then strength to peaking to have had those singles in.
And it helps a lot with confidence.
Yes.
How'd you hype yourself up for bench, babe? I feel like squat lends itself to a big hype. Deadlift, bench is like, eh. I think I do it. I think I've seen myself in like, hit my chest, like, what do you do?
First day squatting over 500 in 2 years yesterday. I'm gonna start the regular app powerlifting program on Monday.
Is this so?
It is. Not to do a meet, but just to do a bridge and probably like 2 strength blocks. That used to be an American record bench right there.
Who what? I know, that's so crazy. Like how much the lifts have like just progressed over time.
I think 2015 Nationals, you probably benched that 85 kilos for American record.
Yeah. Now I can do it for like 10.
Yeah. Well, you are down to number 3.
I am training.
And
taking the widest grip possible.
Widest grip possible, and then the Reebok special edition Reebok pump sports bra. Pump the boobs up for minimum range of motion.
People are probably actually gonna think that's a thing, and then the judges are gonna be like, look, we're gonna need to gotta check your sports bra.
Start. Press. Rack. How triggering do you want the loading to be on this next one?
I don't care, honestly.
2.5 on one side and 2 collars on the other side?
Yeah, that'd be really cool. No, that would probably bother me more, because then in my mind I'd think, oh, it's gonna be uneven.
High and tight, focus on the commands. Start. Press. Rack. A little bit grinder there.
Got a little south on me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Didn't touch it. Didn't touch
Touch the
it.
bar!
No hands.
And that's how you squat, because I feel like anywhere else it would have been like, got it, it's all you.
Pinkies, baby.
Pinkies, baby. And then they're upright rolling it.
Everything you go. You see on the way down, our third rep should breathing in on the way down, and it's really hard to be tight that way.
Yeah. And with bench, it's your technique goes just that much down, makes it 10 times harder. For me, if my chest drops, the bar goes towards my feet.
Make sure for all the lifters out there in JuggernautAI App land and not app users, fools, when you have those lighter sets like this, always intent is going to be such an important thing to make sure you're moving the bar as explosively, as forcefully as possible, so you get the most out of every weight that you can. There's a very unique Venn diagram in which I sit in the middle. The lifting, pop culture, jiu-jitsu, golf Venn diagram, it only intersects in one place. Right here. Renaissance man. That's probably why I won best all around in high school superlatives in the yearbook.
I won most likely to pose for Playboy.
Hey-o.
But not because I was like some high school. It's because I did bodybuilding and they're like, oh, she poses. See how I took a breath?
I did. Excellent. Excellent work. What's the most pull-ups you've ever done?
I've done 40. I would 100% guarantee that the last probably 10 to 12 were not full dead hang. I probably got a little one of these going where you just like, I just gotta get through it. But like dead hang, like recently I've done 25 dead hang, but that was after kind of doing 3 sets and then AMRAP.
Weighted ones, what's the heaviest you've done?
45 pounds for a set of 6 dead hang. Yeah.
Excellent pull-up.
Good. Well, thank you. So gentlemanly.
Milady.
So on these like dumbbell flies, working with Pei, my PT, we're really focusing on driving my back into the bench, kind of flexing my abs so that I can really focus on like the pec squeeze at the top, and also focus on, instead of always my scapula being retracted as I'm pulling the weights forward, that I'm really focusing on kind of rolling that shoulder forward, which seems like counterintuitive to what we want to do, but it's actually helping me balance some imbalances that I have that affect my back. So that's like the real focus when I'm doing those. If you see me like really focused on pushing my back into the bench. One other thing that we like really focus on for me with all of my accessory movements is kind of like delayed lockout. So I got into the habit of like really just locking my elbows very quickly, which then kind of takes the pec out of the equation. So really just trying to delay the lockout as long as possible really forces the contraction, forces the pec to move, to work a lot more.
Big pecs, big paychecks. Actually, when I was a little kid, my oldest brother is 12 years older than I am. So he was like a senior in high school playing football. And, you know, I'm 5 or 6 years old. And I felt like, man, he is so jacked. In reality, he's like 5'10", like 175 pounds. Probably bench like 245, 250, you know. But he could do this pec pop, and I, as a 5-year-old, 6-year-old little brother, being like, oh my God, that is the coolest thing ever. So then, you know, when I started lifting weights, 14 years old, so that was like just standing in front of the mirror. All right, can I do it? And then it was a real breakthrough the day that I could finally successfully do the pec pop of love.
It's a shame I'm wearing a shirt. I can't see the horseshoe. The lucky horseshoe. It ties in nicely to my rodeoing reference too.
Go ahead, pop that top off.
This is a G-rated channel.
Okay. We talked about Bluetooth butt plugs, various types of fetish porn, all kind of things.
So I've actually gotten a lot of questions on like, what do I don't know, like the weight or the resistance of my band. Well, if you don't know, just if it's green, write in your notes, use the green band. And then, you know, as long as your notes are pretty detailed, it's like, it doesn't matter as long as you're consistent with how you're inputting it into the app. So, and also where you're grabbing. Obviously, if I grab really high, it's going to increase the resistance. So just write in your notes, used green band, grabbed midway. And you know what you're doing.
Be looking like the Kentucky Derby in here, brother. Check out them horseshoes.
I had a band staff on me doing like glute bridges at the gym, yeah. It wasn't like a strong band like this, it was a thinner band. It hit me right, it hurt so bad. Yes. So finished my workout. I'm gonna go ahead and rate the session. Rated today's session an 8. Even though I kind of had a little bit of a 10 RPE push down on that top single, overall it felt good. So rating it an 8. For me, for bench, even if I like have to really push through like on some of the sets, I recover so much faster that it's not as taxing as say a squat or a deadlift workout would be. If it was rated like a 10 RPE, then I would rate that session a 9. Thank you guys so much for following along with my training today. Don't forget to check out the app at JuggernautAI.app. Get 2 weeks free. Also, go check out our latest apparel drop. We have a lot of great pieces, and if you buy it, tag us in your picture so that we can repost you.